You know, the challenge with scaling up a company is managing the chaos that comes along as you add people and product lines and just processes to the organization. And so at the heart of our work is this idea that routine sets you free, that your success and that of your company is just the sum total of what you do more of, less of, or different every day. And so back in 1991, when I launched this executive program at MIT, I had to develop a set of curriculum for these hard-charging, aggressive CEOs that wanted to scale up their business. And over that decade, we put it into a series of 10 what we called Rockefeller habits. So we ended up naming it the Rockefeller habits. A friend of mine gave me the biography Titan, which was about John D. Rockefeller, who was the wealthiest person ever in the history of the planet, except for maybe Putin. And he put in practice these fundamental routines that served him well. And if you look over the 100 years since, have served many of the most successful people that have driven the largest companies as well, including Steve Jobs. Let me give you an example. John D. Rockefeller was adamant about having a daily meeting with his 9 directors for lunch every day. 100 years later, Steve Jobs did exactly the same thing with Jonathan Ive. So we assembled this list of routines into what we call the Rockefeller Habits Checklist, which you can access through the blog. Now, as you go through it, I want you to keep 2 questions in mind that I get all the time. First, what if you have nothing hardly checked in the list? I remember this company in India, been around for 130 years and didn't have a single item checked. How did they survive? Look, you don't have to do any of these, but you're just leaving money and time on the table. Number 2, did you put them in some kind of an order? Not really. You can pick around at them except for number 1. Unless you have a healthy team, one that knows how to kind of fight without killing each other, it's going to be so difficult to implement any of the rest of this. So let me go through the list very quickly. First, is your team aligned and healthy? Do they know how to fight without killing each other? Number 2, is the organization aligned around the number 1 thing that you need to get done this quarter, this year, and the next decade? Number 3, do you have a good communication meeting rhythm inside the organization? Number 4, are there clear accountabilities around both the processes as well as the functions inside the organization? Number 5, what are you doing to gather employee feedback and then acting on that? Number 6, as well as what are you doing to gather and act on customer feedback? Number 7, are your values and purpose in place and alive in the organization? Number 8, can everyone simply state what is your strategy, including the 3 main brand promises? Number 9, is everyone clear whether they've had a good day and good week or not? Are there real metrics in place so they know? And number 10, is all of that information up visible like you would see scoreboards at a sporting event? And so those are our 10 fundamental habits. If you want to learn more, go on our blog. You're going to find some inspiring case studies and the Rockefeller Habits Checklist to download. Check it out, share it with your team, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.